Remember, disease is not your enemy. Disease is a warning to you to say you are doing something bad and you ought to stop doing it.
You see, there are newborn babies that by the time they are giving birth to, they already have diabetes.
Eating a balanced diet, I would say live it, is one of the best things you could ever do that way to reverse diabetes. Diet is one of the foremost and number one thing that you should consider to help reverse diabetes.
Dr. P, what is diabetes?
A short answer is to say diabetes is the inability of the body to produce insulin.
And what is insulin?
Insulin is a hormone like other hormones that has been produced in the body. It's just a hormone.
Okay.
So does it mean that insulin is the hormone that's regulating whether or not you get high glucose in your blood or not?
Yes, that hormone, it serves that purpose as well. It does.
And how does one know that they have diabetes?
Well, you can see a lot of signs you can take up for concern. Dizziness, excess thirst, too quickly hunger, you're hungry fast, swelling of the knees, could be swelling of the ankle, and sometimes pain with them as well, even sores, arteriosclerosis. It can also cause retinopathy, which could lead to blindness as well. So if you're not seeing too well, you'll find that even your eyesight is going bad. You know, it don't have to be diabetes, but it could be. So all the signs I'm talking about are signs that may apply in other reasons. But in this case, diabetes, those can be some of the signs you have.
Okay, so what are some of the causes of diabetes or
The
things
cause
you
of
should look out
diabetes.
for?
Okay. Wow. In most cases, it is a disregard for the human body, where the one who have diabetes, and I said in most cases, but not all cases, the person ignore a proper healthy lifestyle. So they eat anytime in the night and then throw themselves down to sleep, leaving the food on their stomach to rot. It won't digest. Another one is the hardship of life, stress, and then that lead to other things. The improper combination of food and also eating terribly as well. So the choices of food as well. So if you're eating heavy carbs and you're not eating any, what you could say is fiber in the food to pass it out through the body and to digest it properly, then unfortunately your blood sugar will go up, because if you understand how the pancreas is supposed to work, it's supposed to break carbohydrate down into sugar and then break down the sugar from sugar to glucose and then break it down from glucose to glycogen and then reverse that from glycogen to glucose. Thus, it will produce insulin, which is a hormone for the body.
So does it mean that if you eat a proper food, you can reverse diabetes? If somebody has diabetes and starts to eat properly, it can be reversed?
Yes.
Totally?
Yeah. If you look at it like the health governing bodies, in their articles, it seems as if what they're really saying is there is no cure for diabetes.
Yeah.
Now that is absolutely not true. Unless what I saw and still seeing, my eyes are not right, but I know I'm seeing well. Myself, as dealing with many people that have diabetes. Worst case scenario, type 1, type 2, and it reverses. What people need to know is that whenever you are sick, it doesn't matter which disease it is, whether it's arthritis, whether it's diabetes, it did not just come overnight and like that. Someplace along the line you have done some disregarding for something, whether it's in the diet, whether it's in the lifestyle, whether it's in how you operate. Now, it is interesting to know that if you are eating a certain way, the saying goes, you are what you eat. So, if you're eating too much carbs and the body cannot handle it, then you should look out for that as well. On the other hand, her body may be able to handle carbohydrate more than how your body is able to handle it. And before you know it, you try to eat the same way she's eating and you end up having diabetes. And on the other hand, it may not be so for me. But eating a balanced diet, I would say live it, is one of the best things you could ever do. That will help to reverse diabetes. Diet is one of the foremost and number one thing that you should consider to help reverse diabetes. A good example for that is in England in World War II. In World War II, in England, there was not enough starchy food, carbohydrates such as white rice, white flour, white pasta, lots of sugar, and they said also meat. There was a very low capacity of that. And the report showed that because those food was lenient, not enough, not plenty, diabetes went down 50% in that society. It is unquestionable to tell you, when you see that diet have a lot to do. Not just with diabetes, but most disease as well. So it does.
Okay, so can we also have another medical condition leading to diabetes? For example, if we say that whatever our body does is by the regulation of hormones, okay, and we say that cystic fibroids is as a result of what? Hormonal imbalance, and insulin is one of them. So does that mean that you can get diabetes from an already existing condition such as cystic fibrosis?
Yeah. And because whenever you have cystic fibroids or cysts, they will tell you that, and all of these diseases, especially arthritis, also diabetes, autoimmune disease. Now, think about it. If the body produces hormones in different areas, different kind of hormones, and those hormones, as we know, are supposed to correct the chemistry in the body, balance the body chemistry, that everything will run normal. Then, a insufficiency of hormone one place can cause a problem at another. Because all the hormones supposed to work in different areas, but also at the same time in the one body work together to balance the immune system. And when the immune system is under attack because the hormones are not doing it, like the organs are not doing it, because the thyroid is supposed to produce a certain hormone, the pancreas is supposed to produce its hormones too as well, and all these different organs, they're supposed to do that when they work together, they cause a balance to the immune system. So yes, an imbalance of one hormone can end up causing a problem on another side of the body. It does.
Okay.
So how often should we check our sugar level? How often?
How often you should do it?
Check our sugar.
Sugar level?
Yeah.
I really don't check mine at all, in most cases.
Why?
Well, because if I am going to become diabetic, which I'm not, but if I was, in any sense, contracting or having diabetes, I would have known the sign.
Okay.
There's several signs. You will see it.
Okay.
Thirst, eating too much, you want to eat too often, sometimes lightheadedness, dizziness. You will see how these things start to happen to you. swelling underfoot, ankle, and you're having pain in other parts of the body, will look like it will appear as if you're having arthritis, which you're not. It's just another autoimmune disease. Anyway. But at the end of the day, I will know. So how often should you? If you are eating incorrectly and you know you're not eating properly, you should check as often as you can.
Okay.
You know, and one of the way to check too is early in the morning when you wake up. When you just wake up, it's the right time to check your blood sugar. Don't eat anything, just check it.
Okay.
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 So, you see, there are newborn babies that by the time they are giving birth to, they already have diabetes. So, what happened to them? Is it that the entire fault is from the mother, or it's a genetic? It was genetically, transferred from the grandmother to mother to the child, or it was just specifically from how poorly the mother was eating?
Well, I should say that there are conditions that you don't blame the person for having diabetes. You have juvenile onset diabetes, type 1, where a mother could pass it on to a child. So the child have no other choice. It's become hereditary in that sense. And so that person might become diabetic for the rest of their life. But here's what I found out. I've seen these cases many times. When it is in that case, it is easier to rectify, or it is easier to reverse when it's from a child than when it is an adult. Because the body and the immune system of a baby is way stronger than that of an adult. And you can break that baby from their child, change everything for them, and make everything possible that they can actually grow it out. Just don't give the same thing that causes it with the mother or the grandmother that comes on to the child. So we're talking about the elimination of certain things. If you love chocolates and sweets and all that, don't give it to the child. If you love to, if you like to eat heavy, carbohydrate, the child with 6, 7 years old can eat that. Don't feed the child like that. Some of the food that we have to look at is food that are very low in carbohydrate, because that's what we're talking about now. So what are some of the food too that you need to eat is a very good question to look at. And what are the ones that we're not supposed to be eating? We talk about heavy carbs. So you have to be careful of foods such as white flour, white pasta, white rice. You could go on. Those are like that. And then those will literally cause this problem because the pancreas have to break them down to make even insulin, carbohydrate, sugar, glucose, glycogen. Then what about the food now that we can eat that will not raise the blood sugar in most sense? Well, quinoa, very low in carbs. Millet, very low in carbs. I realize in Africa has some of the best food, except they won't eat it. I don't know why. So, fonio, one of the best food, very good. Amaranth, some of the best food. Teff, I could go on. There's other, sometimes I say, well, we don't know it. Try and know them. For God's sake, get to know them. Because these food will literally avoid you from being sick. If you eat those kind of food, your blood sugar will not go up so easily.
So are there some exercises that you can recommend for somebody with diabetes?
Yes, get up out of the chair, stop being couch potato, and go for a run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, lay on the floor and do some stretch, but move side to side, forward and backward to make the colon bounce inside the stomach. The colon, especially the large intestine and the small intestine, but they are held up by some vein that is called the superior mesenteric vein and the inferior mesenteric vein. They actually just bounce around. If you jump around, it does that. So it's exercise, very good, and it get the blood moving. It also make the blood able to move up and down. As I said, circulation in the body.
So it means that diabetes, can it really be reversed completely?
Yes, completely. That you don't have to be diabetic anymore.
Wow.
We have patients like that.
So, most of us, when we go to the hospital, we get diagnosed with a disease. We assume that our life is just going to be so till we die. And that's something that is even affecting how we respond to the, management, procedures or drugs that they've even given to us. So, can you say a little about that misconception?
Can you rephrase the question, because I'm not sure what you really asked?
Yes, so we said that diabetes can be reversed completely, but most people, when they get to the hospital and they are diagnosed with a disease, they think that their life is doomed already. So they just keep taking drugs and not doing anything about it. But the drugs, like you said, they will not reverse it. It's lifestyle changes that does that. So I feel like it's a misconception that our viewers need to, need clarification on.
Yeah. So diabetes is not incurable disease. I don't care who tells you that, because I know what I saw. Diabetes can be reversed. The same way, listen, to reverse a disease is to look at what you did that bring you to where it is, and then go the opposite way from it. So, take the diabetes, which we're talking about, for example. Heavy carbs, and if you look at the diet of how most around you, how they eat, you see this heavy starch, but sometimes you see no vegetable at all in the plate. And what does that mean? If you see some vegetable, it has been stewed, cooked. If you want problem, give them raw green leafy vegetable. They just don't like it and they don't want to eat it. Well, that raw green leafy vegetable brings lots of enzymes, minerals and vitamins, and also it is high in fiber that will help to move the sludge out of the body. And when you eat pure carbs, especially complex but refined carbs, such as white flour and white rice, these things, they don't move through the body very quickly. Their digestion process is very slow. And not just that, it put a lot of weight and work upon the pancreas, which the pancreas is supposed to create and make insulin. Well, yes, it's true that the way how the pancreas make insulin is using carbohydrate into sugar, sugar into glucose, glucose into glycogen, and then reverse it back, glycogen, glucose, to make the insulin. But the truth is too, it makes insulin in other ways, except that it don't have to go through that hard work to do it, to put the work upon your body and the digestive system. So if you, for example, have diabetes, and you want to see how you can control it and then reverse it, go on raw plant-based food, and that thing go back in reverse so fast that you have to wonder, no drugs can do what that food do. It just don't. It can't. Because it is designed, your body system is designed a certain way. When you eat food, you put it in your mouth, you chew it. Then digestion starts with ptyalin, this liquid in your mouth. It goes down the esophagus and comes to your stomach. Then it mixes with another digestive enzyme, which is called hydrochloric acid. That now is supposed to then barrel the food that goes through the body, and then it comes back out. But if you don't put enough raw green leafy vegetable, it won't pass through. It won't go through there. And if you put too much weight when this is happening, it causes too many work and backlash on the pancreas and the liver and the digestive system, all of them, including the endocrine systems as well. So all you have to do is, as I said, take the weight of digestion, the process that it takes to digest and process food, take that weight off the organ, free up the organs, and let the organs know able to work properly. Then you will see. For example, if you go juicing carrot, well not just carrot, because I wouldn't use carrot, because carrot is not really real. The color of carrot is given to it, so it's kind of an hybrid. But let's take beet, cabbage, celery, raw potato. You juice all three, except with the raw potato, you juice it and you let the starch settle at the bottom. Then the juice at the top, you pour it off into the beet juice, into the cabbage juice, and into the celery juice. You pour back that into it, and then you drink that. It goes through the bloodstream so quick. And insulin will be just at a high level. It don't have to go through hell to produce it. But when you dump that heavy carbs in, your body go through hell to digest.
Yeah. Okay, like you said, so it's drinking the blended vegetables and eating them raw like that. They perform the same function. They go directly into your bloodstream to lower your sugar level or not.
They go to the bloodstream the same way. Whether you drink it, I shouldn't say the same way. They do go to the bloodstream, both of them. One goes to the bloodstream faster. The other one is a slow process.
Sure.
And what do you get? If you drink the vegetable juice, and you need to get this clearly, you have to listen. And for our viewers' sake, let me explain. Because many people wonder, why do you drink vegetable juice? Why not just eat it? Well, yes, eat and drink. But the difference is this. If you eat the vegetables raw, it will go to the bloodstream slower. And at the same, but if you drink the vegetable juice, it goes to the bloodstream faster. No, you do not get what you get when you eat the vegetables raw. You get the fiber along with the juice out of the vegetable into the body. When it's the juice only, you get, and you do get a ton load of enzymes, more enzymes from the juicing than you will get from if you were to eat it. And there's a reason why. No, because the juice, and you need to do it like this. You juice it and you drink it. You don't juice it and put it down, because when you finish juicing it, the enzymes is well active in the juice, so you need to drink it right away. Now, it with the enzymes will go through the body, hit the bloodstream very quickly, go through the digestive system, and then if you will feel like something like needles in most cases. That is if the vegetable is heavy in enzyme. You will feel like your body is tingling. It's the enzyme that is doing that. But if you chew the vegetable, you will never feel that. But you will feel that if you don't, just gulp it down. The next thing is, you must realize is, if you juice the vegetable, you can drink more juice rather than if you were to eat the vegetables. You can't have, because 10 pounds of vegetable might give you 5 pounds of juice. But you cannot eat 5 pounds of vegetables. It's actually just too much for you to handle. So the juicing have its differences, and then the raw have its the eating of it have its difference as well. But remember now, both of them they're going the same place anyway. They're going there. Only that one goes faster, the other one goes slower. One you get the fiber from it, the other one you don't have that fiber. But the other one you get enzymes, lots of enzymes. The next one you don't get that enzymes from it. That's the difference.
But fibers are also good for us. I also think the fiber in foods are good for us. Like, let's say eating oranges. When we eat the raw orange, the fiber helps you to have free vowels.
Yes, same.
Yeah, but when you juice, it's only the juice that you are having.
Same thing with the vegetables. When you chew it, the fiber is good for you. But you see, the thing is, if I was to juice, when I juice and drink, I would rather not to eat anything. It was just the juice that I put in. There's a reason why. Because it's going to digest fast. But if I am eating anything and then I drank that juice, the vegetable juice, which is not really the permissible thing to do, I would rather to know I eat some of the vegetable by chewing it. to send it in as well. That it will move the food out of my body. It will do that.
Okay.
How does switching to green leafy vegetables help diabetes, apart from reducing the pressure it has on the pancreas?
Okay. Whenever you have diabetes, oftentimes it comes in three highs. High blood sugar, which is you call diabetes, but it sometimes comes with high blood pressure, and it goes with high cholesterol. Now imagine, what gives you high cholesterol? High fatty food. You know, like if you burn oil and all that. Like I've seen how most time the ladies here, they can cook, but sometimes it's a recipe for disaster. Yeah, because they will put the oil in the pot, and God knows what oil they are using again to make things even worse. So they're not using healthy oil. The next thing is when they drop it in the pot, smokes come off the oil. So smokes come off the oil. The oil started to smoke, meaning the oil started to burn in the pot. Now when you burn the oil, it becomes carcinogenic. It also becomes high cholesterol. It becomes a bad cholesterol. So just imagine you are eating lots of raw green leafy vegetables, but you're not eating these burn fatted high food. So there goes the cholesterol is going to come down, right?
True.
High blood pressure. The juice, when the juice enter into the body, or the vegetable when you chew it enter into the body, high blood pressure can occur from several reasons. People don't realize constipation is the one of the number one problem with high blood pressure. You have high blood pressure occur from other things, but then I found that high blood pressure, it is always triggered by constipation. And how do I know that? Watch. Person come to me and they have high blood pressure. I put them on something to flush them out, such as magnesium oxide. They go to the toilet 8 to 10 times in a day. I give no other medicine and I check the blood pressure, it dropped drastically. So you realize what's going on. So go back to the juice. Well, just elaborate a little bit more. If when the food that was eaten, the heavy food in the body, not vegetable, heavy carbs, sit in the stomach, not moving as fast as it should, the blood pressure started to go up. So you have high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol. If these things are the case, and then now you remove the heavy food from the body, and then put juice, which goes quickly through the bloodstream, the body don't need to work on top of this thing to get anything to digest so much. So your blood sugar coming down, the blood pressure is going to drop because there's not too much work for the body to do. And the blood sugar will come down. So let's deal with it one by one. The cholesterol will not be there because you're not eating fried fatty food. Now, the high blood pressure will not be there because the body is not under so much stress to digest the food neither. It's not causing constipation because it's liquid you're drinking and vegetable you're chewing. It goes quick through the bloodstream. So you see how easy it comes back around for the body. Now, as for the carbohydrate should not be taken at certain time in a heavy dose. I mean, the best way to eat, and this is going to be a little bit off for most people that don't get it, they don't know why, but I will explain. You should eat the heaviest meal in the morning and the lightest meal in the evening for several reasons. They said you should eat like a lion in the morning and just mumble in the evening. Why? Because when you eat that heavy meal and just before you retire to bed, it's not good. Now, when you eat the heavy meal in the morning, you have time throughout the day, through your activities, you're moving around, you're exercising, the food is digesting, and it's creating, whereby the pancreas is breaking down from carbohydrate to glucose sugar, glucose glycogen coming down. It's doing all that. But in the late evening when you eat like that, you have not much time before bedtime, the food sitting on your stomach, and you end up sleeping with food sitting inside your body. Never digest. And the next thing is, when you're eating your food, you should always make sure the best way to eat is 85% raw green leafy vegetables or with vegetables, 15% carbohydrates. Now here, you know, how they eat, Africans eat, they turn it around. Is 85% carbohydrate and not even 15% vegetable. Is the other 50% or 15%, make 150% is pure meat or something else like that. But not vegetables. If you do some vegetables, it's like a strange thing sitting in the plate. They don't eat like that. So I'm saying this for the watchers and viewers, especially those who are sitting in the land of Africa. If they want to be besetted by all these kind of disease, especially diabetes, switch the food eating around. Eat way more vegetable, especially raw ones, and a little stew ones, and then eat less carbohydrate for their diet. And remove most of the fatty food, the white rice, the white flour, the white pasta, remove them from your diet. They are oftentimes not the best food to eat. They cause you woe.
So these days, you can see that most of the children now, they give them a lot of the sugary fizzy drinks to school and biscuits. So would you say all those children would end up having diabetes in future?
Not all of them. Some of them, their body was able to handle it and they may be able to go through life where they may not end up becoming diabetic. But any parents that are giving these carbonated drink to their children are complicit to very bad things to their children. Because the problem is that most of these carbonated drinks, they come with lots of sugar. They come with sometimes something called aspartame. And they come with another one too, which is even dangerous. I can't remember the name right now. You know, in it. And then behind those, as if it weren't bad, artificial flavor, artificial coloring. You hear the name? Artificial, preservative, additive. Meaning, the juice itself is not even real. They are artificial. If you lose an arm, they give you a prosthetic arm. They will tell you it's an artificial arm. It's not real arm. So is the food. And then I realized also when they continue eating and drinking like this, it's not just diabetes or any problem, it's other digestive problem too as well you will find later, including ulcer, which is called diapepsy, upset stomach, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, your body just flush itself out, and then boils, because these things want to come out. When you put it in, garbage need to come out. So your body breaking out into all these kind of things. Plus many more. You have dizziness, fatigue. Children get irritable. I have seen it before where the bad drink has caused children in a school to operate upside down. I won't go into that anymore. For those who are watching and for those who want to understand how disease really works, remember, disease is not your enemy. Disease is a warning to you to say you are doing something bad and you ought to stop doing it. Now, the next thing is, if you find that there is a disease, which is a disease, but if there's a disease that you find that take you to a certain level, do not go up against the disease. Don't fight with it. Start to work with it in order to reverse what is going on.